Good morning, everyone. We're just going to wait a little while to let people gather in. But yeah, welcome here to the Kelsius push notification webinar that we're hosting here today. I am going to share my screen and get a few things set up in the background. Okay, guys, we'll kick off. So, as I said, welcome to the Kelsius Push Notification App webinar. We're hosting here today, just to run through a few items before we kick off. So first, the introductions. So I am Kieran Gallagher. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager here in Kelsius, and my colleague here, Patrick, is joining me. He's our Customer Success Manager. Say hello, Patrick.
Hi, everybody.
Perfect. And just to answer a common question, no, we're not related. It's a common name up here in Donegal. So just to start off with some housekeeping. Firstly, all your cameras and mics are automatically off. So that will be set. If you're having any difficulties, technical difficulties, just check your audio settings, check your Wi-Fi, your network connection as well, and just ensure everything is operating as it should. We are also running a Q&A at the end of the session. So you'll see there is a Q&A function in the webinar room itself. So you can just log your question at any point there throughout the webinar, and it will pick them up at the end. We'll try to get through as many as we can. If we don't, we're going to be recording the presentation and circulating it after. We'll also circulate answers to any questions that we don't address on the webinar itself, but we do hope to get through them all. So now just looking at our agenda. So we're going to start off with just a brief intro into why the push notification alerts app is needed. We're going to look at some of the challenges you guys as customers are facing, look at the benefits and how the app provides solutions to those challenges. We'll have a brief summary of how it works. We'll then jump in and do an actual demo to show you how easy it is to use the system. We'll round off then with the Q&A. The Q&A is all the questions that are submitted, and then we'll flash up our contact details as well in case anyone wants to get in contact with us after the webinar as well. So to kick things off, I'm going to hand over to Patrick, and he's going to run through the first few slides.
Thanks very much, Kieran. So our first slide is why push notification alerts. So first and foremost, what is a push notification alert? A push notification alert is an alert that comes through on your mobile phone device. So you download the app on your mobile phone and you receive the alert through on your mobile phone device. So we developed our own app, which Kieran's going to demo later in our presentation. And why we've developed this app, there's probably several reasons, but what we were seeing with the SMS and voice calls was that mobile phone network providers are increasingly treating SMS, automated messages, and voice calls as spam. And what we were finding was that this led to messages not being delivered, and that has serious consequences that it can lead to, a delay in alerts. So if you have a fridge or freezer and it's hitting warning or critical, that the alert might be delayed. So as a result, we've developed our own app, and our own app is to combat that problem. The app is free of charge to download as well, and you log on with your Kelsius logon credentials. And the best part about it as well is the alerts are instant as well, so it doesn't run the risk of any delays with mobile phone networks and messages not being delivered.
Yeah, and it's been a huge finding that we see across other industries where that's really impacted on people. Luckily, it hasn't affected us yet, but we want to get ahead of that becoming an issue.
Just get you to change slide there, Kieran, please.
Yeah, there we go.
So obviously at the moment we have our SMS and voice calls offerings. And we've listed out here some challenges that we see every day with the SMS voice calls. So number one there, I kind of touched on it, was the automated SMS voice calls, increasingly treated as spam. So I'm sure many of you receive alerts, and some of them go into your spam mailbox and on your mobile phone, and you
Mhm.
mightn't see alerts. So we want to make sure we're counteracting that problem, and I think we have with our own app as well. Delays receiving alerts as well. So with mobile phone providers as well, alerts can be delayed. With the push app, alerts are instant, so that rules that problem out right away. And time management is critical as well. If a fridge freezer goes down, you want to get that alert right away. You know, if you're storing vaccines or high value stock, you want to know right away what the problem is and address it as well. Um, and then another one we actually found is that number can be blocked by users as well. So for voice calls, what we were finding was that the number that would ring your mobile phone device, um, people would have a tendency to block it by, accidentally, and then they mightn't receive alerts. But when we look into it, we found out that was the reason. So that's another thing that can happen. And with our app, you don't even have to worry about numbers being blocked because it's all through the app. And then obviously the big one is the dependency on third-party providers as well. It takes that out of the equation as well. So um, there are some of the challenges with SMS, and we'll just move on now to some of the benefits of our push app as well. So we have several key points here. Number one being secure, reliable delivery. So the alert is delivered right away on your mobile phone device. You can see, you can log on the app as well, and you can see when the alert was delivered, who took whatever action on it as well. So it's great from a compliance standpoint as well, that you can see that alert was signed off and signed off by who as well. And that kind of covers the point there where full audit trail with message delivery. So once an alert's generated, we can actually see, was it delivered to a mobile phone device, at what time, and what action was taken as well on the app. So, and that can differs from, your SMS voice calls where there's a problem, but that's all as if you're using the app, you can log on and you can see if a corrective action was taken to address the problem. And then probably one of the main ones there as well is easy remote access. Today's world, a lot of people work remotely and aren't in the office, so you want to be aware of what's happening, in the lab or in your retail shop or restaurant or whatever the case may be. And with this app, you can log in at any time, um, or when there's alert, and you can see, what alerts are outstanding and for what unit as well. And you can see what action was taken by your staff as well. Um, and also the app as well is or does support multi-factor authentication as well. So you've got that extra layer of security on the app, compared to your normal text messages or voice call alerts.
Mhm.
I'll just get you to move to the next slide, Kieran, please. So we kind of touched on this remote functionality in our previous slide, but I'll just highlight some key points here as well. So again, you can log on from any mobile device. All you need is your Kelsius portal logon credentials. So we can set up as many users as you like, and as many users can use the app as well. And the ability to select any individual alert event by entering a PIN. So we can set up your system that each user has their own PIN code, and they can sign off an alert event as well. And as a manager, for instance, you know exactly who signed off the alert, or if there's any alerts that's opened that haven't been signed off, that you have the option to monitor that and stay on top of it basically. Um, and you can enter in your predefined corrective action as well. And from a compliance standpoint as well, all actions are recorded and viewed on the portal audit section as well. So you have full traceability, full accountability of what was done and when the alert was delivered as well. So that's always good to have as well. So what I will do now, I'll pass you back to Kieran, and I believe, Kieran, you're going to
Yeah.
continue on the webinar.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks for that, Patrick. So yeah, I'm just going to talk now through how you get the app, how you set it up, and how to actually use it. So the first step in the entire process is you have to download the app. It can be downloaded onto any smartphone, so it's both Android and iOS compatible. You just log into the Google Play Store or indeed the Apple Store, search for Kelsius, and it will be the first returned app there for that. So once you have it downloaded, then you access the app. You'll be prompted then to enter your login details. Your login details will directly correspond and they'll exactly match your Kelsius web portal details. And that's how you'll be able to get access, and that's how everything's traceable back to you on the audit trail. If you don't have a web portal set up, but you do need visibility of alerts and to enter corrective actions, it's quite simply the person within your organization that manages the Kelsius system can request that you be set up, and we'll get you enabled for that. So once then you log in, the first thing that you're going to receive is the enable notifications alert. And that's critically important to allow you to receive the notifications, and you can then assign whatever sound or alarm to that. You can attach a unique notification so that you know whenever you hear that specific bell or that ring that's a Kelsius alert. Once you're in the app then, and I'll show you this in more detail with a live demo, you can then sign off on your alerts. You can do that in bulk if you have multiple alerts that relate back to the one incident and the one sensor, or you can do it individually. And I'll run through that in more detail with a live screen share from a device that has it. And then just to outline, and again, I'll show you at the back-end portal as well, but all managers and supervisors can see everything that was entered, any corrective action that was entered, that will all migrate and be stored on your audit trail. So everything's fully traceable, and all information gathered will be available there. So I am going to jump out of the PowerPoint just for now, and I'm going to share my screen from a tablet. So the app itself can be uploaded not only onto phones, it can also be downloaded onto tablets. So if you are a food check or a food-based customer and you have our food check software, you have a tablet that's hosted on, you can also download the app onto those tablets as well. So the first thing I'm going to show you, I've logged in here. So as you'll see, what we are greeted with, the very first step is we must enable the notifications to be allowed on the tablet. So I'm just going to show you how you do that first. So we go to our settings on the tablet. We scroll down to apps. We find our Kelsius app. Gone past it. And then notifications we allow. So that will mean in real time, any alert that's generated, the device will make a noise, will ring, will alert us to whatever the alert event is. So now we're going to jump back to the app once we've alerted it. In real time, if you picture this, these alerts have just come through, so we need to action them. So if you're walking around doing your daily activities in the lab or in the kitchen, you receive your alert on your phone or it comes through on the tablet. We look at our alert, and then we go and we can action it there and then. So I see this particular device is in warning, and it also has a com fail attached to it as well. So if we picture this in a real world environment, we've received a warning, a temperature alert on a fridge. We check that fridge straight away. Once we receive it, we can then select our alert, and then we can enter our corrective action against it. It's PIN code verified, and this will match up to the PIN code that you have on your network controller. So now you'll see we can enter the corrective action. So we can type in the reason. So as you'll probably know from the Kelsius web portal, we can store previously used corrective actions in a drop-down list. So we can click that we want to save it as a new corrective action for future use. We can also close it out here, so it'll go directly to the audit trail. Then quite simply, we click save. And that corrective action now is signed off and will be available in our audit trail. I'll just run through the COM here as well, just to go over the process with you. So we enter our PIN code. So you'll see just above where we can type, there is show saved corrective actions. So that will give us access to all the previously saved corrective actions that we have available. So I'm just going to select one here. And then we can sign that off. And it's as simple as that. All our alert events for today are now closed off. What I'm going to show you now is the Kelsius portal, the back end where that information has migrated to. So you're probably all very familiar with this area from having access to the Kelsius web portal previously. So you can see your information in your alert events. So all the information will be logged here for the previous time. Because we've signed it off, that the ones we've signed off aren't going to be listed here. They're going to be in our audit trail. So you'll see there at the top, we have the alert event that we've just signed off. You'll also see on the COM field down here, we have the sensor failure associated with that COM field as well. So holistically, very, very easy to use, fits really well with our suite of products and services that we provide. I'm just going to go back to our PowerPoint now. Not too far back. So if you want to download the app, I'll leave this screen up here for a minute before we go on to the Q&A, and I can pop it up again potentially when we're doing the Q&A as well. If you have an Apple device or a Google Play, you can just scan the QR code, and that will give you access to download the app. So now, Teresa, I'm going to hand over to you to run through any of the questions that have come in from our guests today.
Yeah. Yes, we've had a few questions. Hi, everyone. It's Teresa here from Kelsius. I'm looking at the questions in the background here while Patrick and Kieran were presenting. So thanks for that, guys. And thanks to everyone for joining. We've actually had a huge attendance today, which is great to see. And hopefully you've seen from the presentation, how useful the push notifications app is. It really does add to the suite of what the Kelsius system can do, and hopefully find it very, very useful in terms of efficiency and protecting stocks and so on. I will start with a question from Ellen. Kieran, I might put this question to you. Ellen is in a lab, and she's saying she's asking, is there a way to filter the alerts just so that your sensors and not every sensor in the network controller are alerted to you? So she's saying they have multiple labs, but obviously she's only looking after a particular lab, and she's seeing alerts from other labs that she doesn't necessarily want to see. So the question is, if there's only one network controller, can that be divided out? And I suppose I might add to that question that if it isn't something that's possible at the moment, is it something that's in development or
yes
discussed?
So what would need to be done there is your Kelsius portal would need to be set up just to display the network controller and the sensors that are applicable to you. And then when that is done, your push notification app will directly correspond to that. So if your portal is set up to match and view only the sensors and controller that's applicable to you, that will in effect solve that for you.
Thank you for that. Ellen, if you need help with that, we'll have contact details up at the end of the presentation, or obviously if you have contact details for your own account manager with Kelsius, they can arrange for somebody to go through that with you from the training department. But let us know if you do need further help with that, or if you do have anything to add to it, we can still look at the questions here if you're sending any more questions to us while we're live here today. And that goes for anyone else. Do send in any more questions as you have them. We have a few more minutes left on our session today. So thank you for that, Kieran. Patrick, I might put this question to you. This is from, I don't see a name, but I can see that it's somebody from SuperValue. So thank you for joining us today. And the question is the PIN code the same as logging in on the tablet or desktop portal?
So it would be as Kieran, he went through it there in the demo, it's actually the PIN code for your network controller that would be used for entering your corrective action, not your tablet PIN.
Okay, so thank you. I hope that's answered the question. I have a question about access. So the question is, can I restrict access for some staff? So for example, corrective actions only for managers. So I presume that's to do with roles and permissions in terms of the level of access that somebody has. Kieran, I might put that to you.
Yeah, so that all the access levels would need to be set on the Kelsius web portal. So when a user is set up, the access levels are defined on the portal, and then the app will correspond. It will replicate the access levels that are on the web portal.
Thank you for that. I just see a couple of people have hands up. We've turned off, just kind of for efficiency, we've turned off the cameras and speakers for everybody taking part. But if you do have questions, put them in the Q&A here. And as I said, as long as we're live, we can answer it. But look, we'll obviously always be happy to answer any questions that you have, even after today's session. So again, when the contact details come up, or if you want to send that to your account manager, or you know, at any time, we're very, very happy to answer questions, whether it's to do with this product, whether it's to do with any products. We're more than happy to speak to people about it and help you if you have other questions. I have a question from Jamie. Hopefully I'm understanding this correctly, Jamie. Kieran, I might put this one to you. Is there any plan to allow the ability to check sensor charts through the app? This would be really useful if assessing issues out of hours without needing to log into the portal separately.
At the minute, it's not a function within the app. It may in future be looked at as a development piece, but currently it's not possible. You would just need to log in on your Kelsius browser, or your phone browser, to the Kelsius portal.
Into the portal. Okay, gotcha. I have a question I might put to Patrick. How do you set up an alert?
So what you would have to do is, first of all, you would need access to get the app. You would need to download the app on your mobile phone device, and then you would need a Kelsius portal account. And once you have the Kelsius portal account, that there is the information that will be displayed in your app. So whatever access you have on your portal, that is what will appear in terms of what shows up in the app.
I have hopefully an easy question for one of you. Kieran, I might ask you this. What's the pricing?
That's a very easy one, Teresa. There's no cost. It's absolutely free to download and free to use. So
thank you.
We encourage as many people as possible to download it and use it, so that they can get the maximum benefit out of their system as well.
Okay, and I might keep you for this one, Kieran, while I'm not sure, do we know the answer to this one? From Abel, thanks for the question, Abel. How much space does the app take on the phone? And also, how long are you planning to keep the text alerts? So I presume that's the service for the SMSs.
Yeah, so I don't know the answer on the app details in terms of size, but it's not a huge app. Certainly, I have it on all my devices, and I know it's not a big memory issue. It's fairly straightforward. In terms of SMS, because of just the complexities of it, we are looking to phase it out because this is the push notification app is the more reliable solution. We want to guide people towards using it. So we do envisage phasing the SMS out.
Okay.
We won't phase it out completely. It will be a paid for service, but that's more to encourage people to move to the free, better system.
Yeah, and yeah, like we've said, it's free to download it. If you're using the portal already and using the system already, there's a lot of positives to using the push notifications instead of the SMS text alerts. I do not have any more questions, so I might hand it back to you guys. Thank you everybody for the questions. As I said, do get in touch with us. You can still ask us questions anytime. But thanks for the questions today and for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for that, Teresa. And I've just flashed up our contact details in case you need to get in touch with Kelsius in relation to this, if you want support or assistance on downloading it, on getting access to the portal, or indeed usage. We're here to help in any way we can with that. So yeah, that's it. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining. We hope you found it beneficial. We will circulate and make live recording of this and with the questions as well. So that aside, thank you very much. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Teresa, for your input and help on this. And yeah, from me, thanks and goodbye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.